What up, Casa fam? This is Peanut here with Gabe.
How's it going, guys?
We're here with the legendary Sinc Barnes. What's up, Snic? How you doing?
Good, good. How you guys doing?
Great, man.
You
Yeah.
guys doing? Yeah.
Thanks
Oh yeah.
for coming on with us here and giving us a little bit of an interview and you know getting this thing going for us.
Yeah. No, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Definitely down. Awesome. Yeah. I'm really stoked.
Cool, cool. Well, we just wanted to kind of open up the air a little bit, and maybe you could tell us a little bit more about yourself, and fill us in on your career and things of that nature.
Yeah. Man, I'm from Philly. Um, I started like playing around with glass around 97, somewhere around there. 1997. uh,
We gotta put the
so yeah,
1900s in
so it's
there.
yeah, so it's I've been doing it for a little while, and yeah, I was always interested in making pipes. I went to like a small school, alternative high school. And, was introduced to glass there, and an older buddy of mine that went there, this dude John Katsouris, who still makes pipes now. He went there and saw him making pipes and got really interested and kind of just started from there. I actually started with Luca from Philadelphia. We grew up together, and we were able, like, I was able for like the holidays to get my mom to like get me $500, and like I was able to like buy like a little torch and all this shit and set it up in his garage, and we were just kind of flying blind for a bunch of years. And yeah, just I'd always just stuck with it, and through doing that, I met all these different people in the community because it was a really small community back then. And yeah, just it was. I was able to make glass, go on, you know, fish tour or whatever, and sell pipes and make a living and have just kind of like live life on my own terms. And that kind of just snowballed for the last, almost 25 years. So yeah.
So would you say that wasn't necessarily your goal? You just kind of got into it and it just took over.
Yeah, I mean, kind of I didn't really start taking it kind of seriously till I was about 30-ish. I was kind of a bit, um, I was into other things. I got really into primitive skills and wilderness survival for a while. And
Okay.
I was kind of training for the apocalypse because I didn't think that the world was going to go on past like 2012 or something like that. So
Okay.
glass was like a thing I did that uh, allowed me to live a different lifestyle that I wanted to, but it wasn't like the main focus. And also, the scene really wasn't after Operation Pipe Dreams. That like it was really kind of like you know um,
Still a degenerate
it
art.
was yeah, it was really desolate. There wasn't really many head shops. There
Hmm.
wasn't like even tours going on, and
Yeah.
so it was really kind of touch and go.
I mean, I
And
remember the days where we were all still scared of walking to a smoke shop because if you said the wrong thing or if the wrong
yeah,
person saw you walking in there, you might get into trouble. So I got
yeah,
it.
no, that was definitely sketchy for a while. Um, yeah, so I was into doing that type of stuff, and didn't really start taking it like seriously, like a thing that I was like, all right, well, if the end of the world isn't going to happen, and I need to survive in like reality or whatever, I was going to try to figure out being more about blowing glass and having like a name and being more of an artist or whatever. So yeah,
What's awesome, I got you this far, man. You know, happy for
yeah,
the work you've put in, man.
yeah. It's crazy. There's a handful of people that have like continued from the whole that whole transition and time period. And yeah, I mean, I can't really do anything else. I don't, I'm not really meant to. I don't know. I don't really know how to survive in reality. That's why I like went and learned how to, rub sticks together and make fire and stuff. Because I was like, I got,
That's cool.
I was
That's
like,
awesome.
yeah.
That's great. So, you want to maybe tell us a little bit, like when did you kind of figure that you actually had made it in there? Like, was there a specific show or something, or working with a specific artist that you're like, yeah, this is it for me. Like, I'm in here.
You mean like that? I was just like
Or that
part
you
of the
could do it as your
scene,
main
or
job, let's say, or you could actually make a living
yeah.
out of it.
I think he means like
Well,
your
that was the
moment of
thing.
epiphany or something.
Fuck, I mean, shit. When I was probably 18 or so, like the when I really made my first like case of pipes and took it to a show and like cashed out, like that was just like, yeah, I was like, this is I'm gonna like smoke weed all day and make pipes and listen to music and
What a
like
dream.
hang out.
Like, this
Yeah,
could be a job.
I mean, it was kind of like almost like a child actor almost, because it was like too good to be true when you're younger and you don't really know what you have, and it's just like kind of like you start doing it, and then it's just like, well, this is all I really know now, so I got to really make it work, like because it was fun, and then it's still fun, but it's definitely like it's not the same thing as when I was like first starting out and fresh and all that stuff. So, but yeah.
Speaking of shows, what does subtext mean to you?
Just you know, I I think that I like to try to have in the things that I make, that there's like a little bit of something else going on besides it just being something like cool to look at. I want to make something beautiful and interesting to look at, but I also want to make people kind of look at something and be curious
Question it.
and kind of, yeah, question it and make like their own like story behind it, like
That's cool.
make just people have like
Their
kind
own
of,
opinions on it, maybe.
yeah, use your imagination. It's like, oh, why did you, I mean, that's like, even when you just look at a sick colored piece or whatever, and it's like fumey, or you're like, oh, it looks like space, and you kind of create this own little world where you're looking into it, and
Yeah.
um, kind of going deeper into that, and just I don't like call myself like an artist or anything like that, but I like art that's has some concept and ideas behind it, or intention, so try to put some things in there that, yeah, have some things besides it just being something cool to look at, basically. So yeah.
On that note, I've like I said, I just got had to do a little more research on you and to get more familiar with you, and I noticed that you've your style has changed so much over the years. Like I want to say you did electroplating a lot, and then
Hmm.
you kind of did sculpting, and you've just continued to not stay in a box, let's say, and evolve. So how does that come about?
One, I have uh, ADHD, and so I have like my focus like always scatters. But um, two, I like I love pipe making, and I love like the whole genre of it, and um, just wanting to know like processes. Like I love, I've been doing it for so long, so it's always like a thing of like, well, shit, I gotta like learn this thing to keep up and like maintain on the level of what's like what we were just talking about before the call, of like keeping up with the technology of things, or else you get left behind. And
Yeah.
so there's like that kind of thing like nipping at you, but also like I love glass, and it's just like it's really fucking cool to like make just something new that's interesting. And yeah, I want to acquire as many tools as I can, and also like there's just so many different things to touch on in glass that it's never ending. Just all the things you can do and combinations of stuff. So um, yeah, I really like that stuff. Just kind of changing it up. It's sometimes difficult as a creator and for people who are collecting, but um, I really like that I have different style pieces and things that I necessarily won't make again, or if I tried to, I couldn't be in the zone where I was to make something as good. And I just like the variation of that, because when I'm done making pieces, I want there to be kind of like different transition of works and not like 1,000 of the same
That
kind of
makes
similar
sense.
piece.
Kind of like the
Not that there's
evolution.
not that there's anything wrong in that. That's just for my own personal
Of course.
thing.
Yeah, I would
So
like to say that that's kind of like maybe goes in the same with music, like if you have an artist that's been doing music for 40 years, they can't, just be doing young rebellious stuff that got them popular all the way to their 40s. They got to evolve with their demographics or their fans, collectors.
yeah, your life, yeah, man, life, yeah. I'm definitely not like this. I mean, I've been doing the same shit since I was 17, but I'm a different person in that respect of like where I was coming from. Just from life experiences. So yeah.
So, what's FYC?
FYC. That was back in
No, but you got to tell us what it
2000.
means, what it stands for first. Not everybody
Yeah,
knows.
it stands for fuck your crew.
Okay.
That's yeah, that was went from I believe like a graffiti crew out in Europe, is where that came from originally. And um that was a body of work that JP Toro and Slinger and myself primarily made for a minute, but there was other people that were involved in it.
Okay.
But I think we made the primary body of work from that. And yeah, that was kind of like one of the first rounds of like people kind of like collaborating on stuff. Really, I think that wasn't really going down in a way yet, as far as like a artists that have their own game going on, like kind of coming together. And it was really cool just because it was JP is just so nasty in what he does, and Slinger, there was nobody like really blasting or doing anything. It was like one or two people, but like that, like Slinger was just mastery of what he's doing, and I was just starting to do the copper plating, and so it's just a really nice blend of all of our things together, um, that came out. And um, yeah, so that was kind of that era of things.
Nice, nice. Yeah, we had heard about it, so we just wanted to hear from you. And also, how do you feel about maybe have you worked with them recently, or maybe a reunion per se or something like that?
Yeah, I haven't worked with JP in a, a minute, long time, and Slinger I haven't made anything with probably since pre-COVID. So yeah, yeah, that's always definitely in the mix for sure. Definitely, probably.
Cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that that wouldn't happen. Could happen in the near future or so. But yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, it would. I mean, we're fans of Slinger and Toro as well, So that
Yeah,
we'd be interested to see what y'all come up with now, especially as time has changed. Everybody's
yeah,
done some amazing stuff. So
Do you have
yeah, for
any other
sure.
future collabs in mind?
Um, at the moment, Uh, not not directly at the moment, but there's the there's some things coming up that I think. Yeah, I'm not honestly. I'm not really sure. It's kind of like sometimes it's like planned out, and sometimes it's not.
Just happens.
Um,
Yeah, I was about to say
yeah,
that.
Okay. Cool.
You end up at a
I've been
studio
focusing on
and the
trying to get
vibe.
ready for. Yeah, I've been focusing on getting ready for the show with y'all. So kind
Awesome.
of, yeah.
Well, on that note, let's see. What do you have coming for the show, more or less? I know you're gonna have some nice solo work, some collabs too, you know. But a nice amount of work that you're bringing down, and it looks pretty cool, amazing.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Yeah, I'm stoked on the collabs. Got like a really um awesome collab with Peter Muller. Um that came out really dope. Um yeah, one of his voodoo characters, and I did some sections on it and then filled out with a bunch of sculpted stuff on it. So yeah, it's really bright and colorful, and yeah, that piece was really fun to do, and cool. I got to like hang out and work with Peter to do it, so that was always a treat.
Was that in
Uh,
Denver?
yeah, went out to Colorado, and we met. Actually, we made the piece up at Everdream because he's out in Boulder,
Gotcha.
and that we were able to. They were cool enough, the guys over there to like let us pop up and hang out, and
Yeah,
like
that's an
Peter and
amazing
I just
studio there.
yeah, yep. That is like yep. That's yeah, it's a dream for sure. Yeah, it's definitely rad. So it was cool. That was just a little bit ago. And yeah, then I got two other collabs with some of the Japanese guys. I got a collab with Takao that is really dope. Um, that he sent me some marbles, and I was able to integrate in this new style piece that I was doing. That's just really complements his the marbles that are really kind of they're colorful and um, yeah, pretty bright. And so I was stoked to just kind of use his stuff and make a really sick piece that I'm excited to share.
Yeah, we got a
And
little
then
tease of it, and we can definitely see how nice it's coming along, or it looks.
yeah, yeah, super poppy. Yeah, really bright. Um, yeah, and then the last one is with Yoshi Nori Kondo, good buddy of mine. Um, and yeah, it was awesome that he could send me out some pieces that I turned some of his marbles into sections and used his marbles for decoration. And yeah, I like his work has is like kind of neutral, black and whitish or dark blue, like so it
I
was
love
really
his work
nice.
actually. I think it's one of the nicest pieces in the drop. His dot stocks are
Yeah,
amazing. Like, he
yeah,
crushes it.
yeah. Really nice, and it contrasts the colors really nicely. And I was really stoked on how everything came out on it. And yeah, yeah, it was just definitely really like the contrast on that
The way
piece
you put the
for sure.
sections together on there, can't wait till people see it.
Yeah, it's really I really like because kind of doing these things with these we call them like Fruit Loops or whatever, just kind of like these little colored Cheerios that
Fruit
they're
Loops.
just kind of like they're just like uh, strictly fun, imaginative. Just I like the use of the raw color because the
Yeah,
glass color itself,
it
like people get
pops.
so excited when yeah, they just see a rod. They're like, oh my god, this is just so
Yeah,
you know bright. And so I really kind of want to use some of that of just like, but having it look like it's flowing or falling down, and so kind of doing these the way I set up like the marbles and all that stuff that I want to put some motion in it so it
got it.
looks like it's pouring out of it. So yeah,
Does that have to do with your inspiration with psychedelics, I guess, or something? Because I've been noticing your new work has a lot of different concepts and things going on around it. So I know
Yeah,
that you've been dabbling into that, or you have for a long time. So
yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. Like, I, de- I pipes in general are kind of like they come under the category of like psychedelic art because of the dead and like all of that, like the lineage of
of
it,
course,
and and the pattern work and like all these things um, are what primarily people think of. I think or I believe, um, and so I want to make like sculpture pipe things that are psychedelic in nature in a different vein, you know,
yeah,
that the object itself is like a surreal psychedelic experience in a way, or from what my mind is, and using things that are uh, pulled from that realm, I guess I would
yeah. I see a
say.
lot of
But
mushrooms, the hand with the eye, the keys. You've been doing a lot of things like
yeah,
that. So I'm into that stuff. That's why I'm like, okay, cool.
yeah, some old like spell magic type stuff, you know.
Cool.
Uh, yeah, just kind of invoke that feeling. But yeah, I'm I'm a proponent of psychedelics if you're mentally healthy enough to use them. So yeah,
Yeah, there's a few states now, right, that have legalized it or decriminalized it or in a way or something.
yeah. Denver. I think it's they're they're not. I don't know if they're exactly selling them, but they're definitely decriminalized for sure.
And have a
Yeah,
lot
some
of open
other
minds
places.
in the future, hopefully.
Yeah, I hopefully, definitely, for sure.
So, what do you see going for the future for yourself? What are your plans?
Man, I'm just trying to keep working and hopefully make cool stuff that people like and stay relevant in the game and try to keep up with all the young crushers that are out there just chomping at the bit because it's a new this whole genre of making is like a new thing in general, so it's just kind of like even like skateboarding, like you see like, oh shit, Tony Hawk, even though he fucked himself up, but like, he's like however 50 plus and still like killing
Yeah.
it,
Crushing.
so it's you don't know what it's gonna look like. So um
I
just I
feel
want to
like
keep good.
we still have a little bit of time too to get past the whole prohibition era that we have with it not being a full blown legal market. I feel like once that
Yeah,
happens, it's going to
but it's
become a
so
bigger pie.
I yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that for when I was younger, for how much I was outwardly like not afraid to like be like I smoke weed and all this stuff when it was like really bad.
Yeah.
Um, that like kids growing up now with just all of the culture and internet and pipes and it's like whatever quasi legal, it's just such a different, I just feel like it's such a different mindset of like what most people had growing up. It's just it makes it that much more not dangerous or risky or whatever, that it's just crazy how it's not that looked down upon anymore,
I mean, I remember
so
being a kid and hiding all my stuff. I couldn't have a pipe in my room. It had to be in the closet, put away inside of a bag, you know.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, I had like when I was younger, there were some friends' moms that were like they'd buy us bongs and shit if we were like, we were good at like we'd clean the whole house and
Yeah.
shit, like
Yeah.
do
We
all the
had
bongs and whatever.
those spots where we would go and everybody knew whose house to meet at, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's a different time now.
Hmm.
Different time. But yeah, I hope to keep doing it until I mean, look at Bob. Bob's still going.
Yeah,
So
that's amazing right there. But do you see the art?
yeah,
I mean, the let's say the the industry becoming more artsy. Let's say because us, we opened up in 2013, right? And we were pretty much the only heady shop in Miami for the most part. And now, maybe we have two or three that are starting to pop up here and there. But we definitely see the industry being accepted more. Scope had a nice display this year with glass art. So do you
yeah,
see it getting more legitimized in a way? Because I know that I've heard maybe that you didn't really think about it like that or something, right?
yeah. The legitimate question is like, is honestly, it's like my old school self is just like, who gives a shit? Like, like, like this little thing was cool about our world. It was like that we created our own, like, whether it's growers or people who fucking sell or pipe makers, it's like our own thing, and
Yeah.
it's like we we didn't need other people to
A hundred
validate. Like, we just
percent.
created our own world and survived, and um, that that in my mind it's inevitable, like, that it will happen, whether it's 10, 50, 100 years from now, just because it's just something that we're really young, and you know I don't think that it's that important necessarily, because there's a we already all know that there's mind-blowing amazing things that are made that should be recognized, and it's only a matter of time. I kind of always reference this. The MoMA in New York at one point had a retrospect of video games from like 1970 to 1990, or like 95. It was non like violent, like shooting games, but all of their video games, and they had that as like an art, like let's look at this as this was art. So we just need more of a body of work from our whole community, in a sense that it's just undeniable that there's uh, technique, um,
A lot of talent.
you know, a lot of talent, concept, and things that you can't deny. And it's like, it's just, it's something that will be recognized. It's just, I don't think that we need to necessarily try to force it down anybody's throat to be like, you know, validate me. I don't. To me, it's not. I don't think it. I don't know. It's just something I don't get upset about, really. Or feel the need to have people tell me that it is. You know. So
Yeah, we're just on the other side, being that we're
yeah.
at the retail side of it. You know what I mean? So we see the shows happening, the collectors growing, asking for specific things. Even as far as like the resale market, some people buy a piece of art and hold it down for a couple of years, and they want to move on to something higher, and then they pass that one down, and it's just ever evolving. I want to say.
Yeah, it's ever evolving, and that's, for me, some of that is like, I get, like, I don't know, me myself, I buy art and the stuff that I have, unless I have to sell it, like, for food, I want it around. Like, I don't buy stuff as, like, as an like, buy I have paintings and stuff like that, like, from artists, and like, I don't buy them as an investment. I buy them because I like want them
You
to exist with
appreciate them.
me.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and that's and I get, dude, people swing art all the time, paintings, sculptures, pipes, whatever. That's uh yeah, that's
Yeah, but they're the true
definitely a
fans
thing.
in there as well that actually, really,
Oh
really,
yeah.
truly love the art.
Oh, 100%. And that's like, that's the thing with, like, yeah, the resale, like, all that stuff. I'm just like, yo, you buy stuff because you really want it, and then it should, but yeah, it's ever evolving. It's ever evolving, for sure. Yeah, because back in the day, people were buying. There wasn't really a resale. Like, people just kept all their headies. Like
Until
those,
it
and
broke
then,
or
like,
something unfortunate happened.
Yeah, or it's or they're collectors, or they're like, hey, I got my fill of this. I'm moving on to another thing that I enjoy and could start collecting other. A lot of there is a lot of pipe collectors that just move on to buying, like they bought a bunch of pipes and then they get interested in art, then they start buying a bunch of art. And I think that actually, like, the pipe makers have like definitely created a lot of art collectors, I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
So
I'll admit it. I started with well, realistically, it was comics kind of, but I mean, a lot of people don't consider that art. But that was as a kid what I collected, and then the glass kind of opened me up, and now I'm looking at paintings, sculptures, all this other stuff that I'm appreciating, and not only as an art, but the work that goes into it. How to be able to come up with an idea from your head and actually bring it to the physical world per se, no matter what medium they're using.
Yeah, and that's why I really like pipes, because they're these fucking crazy objects that, like, you're supposed to use them, and you're not, like, there's not really many other things that are like goblets and stuff like that, but like there's not many other, like, you don't use your painting like that. You don't use a, like, it's different, and it's, it makes you feel a certain way, and I think that like helps people. It turns on this, like, inquisitive thing about, like, objects and art and things that make you feel like when you look at something, how it makes you feel, and you're like, you want to have cool stuff around you because you're like, oh, that shit's cool, like that thing, like, so yeah,
We see it a lot too when we do shows, and the collectors bring their art sometimes to show it off to other collectors that appreciate it, because you show that to somebody that doesn't know much, they're not gonna appreciate it. They'll be like, wait, you paid how much for that? You're crazy. But when you bring that to a place where like-minded people, they're like, oh man, you got that? That's insane. And
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. It's ever growing too, with the community of people and the way people express their appreciation for it. Because like 10 years ago, none of what's going on now is like was even commonplace or even really happened at all. So yeah, it's just crazy how much everything has changed. So yeah, it's awesome.
That's dope, man. So yeah, is there anything else maybe you want to touch on or something, or bring to light that we might have not covered?
Uh, Not really. I'm really grateful and appreciative, of you guys and people who see it as something that's important and want to help bring it out to people. Um, yeah, I'm just grateful for that, because it keeps everything going, for sure. It's people who you know put put themselves out there to represent it, and believe in it, and yeah, it's just a great circle of everything. So.
Thank you for believing in us, Snic. We appreciate your time, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you guys. Appreciate it for sure.
Of course, brother.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I think we covered a lot of good things today, and we're really looking forward to the show. Like I said, we ended up doing it at the Unseen Creatures Brewery, a craft beer spot down here in Miami.
Cool.
So we'll have a nice venue where we can, have a lot of people come in that are, into the counterculture and stuff, and appreciate the finer things. Go from there.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm stoked. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing the work and to having a great show, man. And hopefully, continue to work with you in the future.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
And,
yeah.
Also, you have mentioned earlier that you have originally you've been from Miami, or you used to travel here, so
Yeah.
it'd be good to have some
Yeah.
good
No, I
representation
love.
down here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, Miami's rad. For
One
sure.
time, say 305.
Yeah. 305. Hell yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
That's what's up, man. Thank
Awesome.
you so much for your time, dude. And I had a great talk with you.
Likewise, bud.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Yeah.